My name is Holly Best, and I live in Maine. My husband, 4 years ago, out of the blue, he became sick, and he had bladder cancer, and he had his bladder removed because we researched it, and he decided that was the best route for him to stay alive. He had the surgery, and it went well, and he was recovering from that. And about 3 months after that, he suddenly began having pain. And the long and short of it is he ended up with cancer in his bones, in his sacrum, in his hips, in his femur. He was a very vital, strong man, and when he became sick, he became very debilitated very quickly, and he died it was about 2.5 weeks. He was in hospice for 3 weeks, but I guess it's more like 3 weeks we knew, okay, you're gonna die, and he said, I'm gonna die, and we talked about it, and he wanted to die in our home, and he was in unremitting pain for that whole time. Even though hospice came and tried to help, there was no way they could get him out of pain. And for a man like him to die that way, I realized it's no way for someone to die. He wanted to kill himself. He said that at the beginning of him realizing, I have cancer, I'm dying. And I would have helped him, but there was really no channel to do that. And at the very end, he became somewhat delirious, which happens. I've learned that happens when people are dying, and it was a terrible delirium. It was very scary for him, and he remained in horrible pain. And the hospice staff basically, so he couldn't have ended his own life, even if he wanted to at that point, and he did before he went into delirium, but he was physically unable to and mentally unable to at that point. So I had to watch him suffer with that. And hospice said the only thing that they could really do, because they knew he was in terrible pain, and they knew that they had tried all kinds of medication, and it didn't work. So they said the only thing they could do was put him in an ambulance, take him to a hospice facility, and put him into a coma. And then he would die in the coma. And I considered that because of the pain he was in, but I realized that he probably didn't have that much more time left. And to put him in an ambulance, to move him, would have been excruciating. For him to be in an ambulance for 45 minutes or a half an hour or an hour to get to where he needed to go would have been very cruel. And I knew he wanted to die in his own home. But I began thinking, if that's, what is the difference? If you put someone in a coma and they die not even knowing what's happening, isn't it better for him to have said, I choose to end my life in a humane way, to have thought it out, to have had the right to do that. So I remember saying, when he died, I will never die like that. I don't think anyone should die like that. The legislature needs to look at this as a way of being compassionate for people who are suffering at the end of their life.